and I'd like to extend my thanks to the Honourable Member for Aldershot for bringing this debate forward. As more and more allegations of historical child abuse, sex abuse comes to light, inevitably the more focus is placed on how our police forces handle these important matters. We've had Operation Newtree into the Jimmy Savile cases. We've had the umbrella inquiry, Operation Fairbank, which investigated politicians and other high-profile public figures. And then, of course, we had Operation Midland, which is our particular focus today. And we know that this operation was closed without any charges being brought. But it's now agreed that the allegations of historical child sex abuse that gave rise to Operation Midland were mishandled at best and shambolic at worst. In the event, worryingly, 40 areas of concern were identified in Sir Henriques' report, including what he referred to as the automatic believing of the allegations of the person, Nick, about whom we've heard, the principal complainant, and he was treated, and I'll use Henriques' words, as being credible and true. Whilst there can be no further doubt that Operation Midland is an example of investigation at its worst over most serious allegations, and that lessons must be learned so that such allegations in the future are properly and fully investigated, it's also essential that those who allege that they have suffered sexual abuse always remain at the heart of police investigations and feel able, supported and confident about coming forward to report crimes in the future. Whilst the Henriques report spoke of police failings in automatically believing the complainant, Nick, whose account and allegations contained inconsistencies which ought to have made investigators more sceptical and more questioning, this is only one person, and all future complainants should not be tarred with the same brush. False allegations of historical sexual abuse or any sexual abuse are not seriously believed by many people to be widespread, and we must remember that. However, concerns about this entire and unfortunate episode persist. There has been much criticism of the fact that only around 10% of the Henriques report will be published. What does that mean for full transparency over such a serious matter? The fact that its publication coincided with the day of the presidential election in America has also raised concerns about attempts to bury bad news. However, bad news such as this is like Banquo's ghost. It will appear at the most inopportune moments to come back and haunt those concerned. And this attempt at burying bad news does not reassure the public or gratify those who feel they were unfairly targeted as part of Operation Midland. Scotland Yard has been accused of attempting to limit the damage to its reputation by heavily redacting this report, while the main complainant who gave rise to Operation Midland has been dismissed, as we've heard, as a fantasist and himself faces potential charges. But we must also remember that by its very nature, allegations of historical sex abuse can be extremely challenging to investigate and can be very, very difficult to prove in court. And we need to remember, amidst all this criticism, that the police have an extremely difficult task. To not be seen to investigate such allegations, they could be accused of being conflicted over investigating establishment figures. And clearly, this would lead to a loss of public confidence. However, investigating in a heavy-handed and gung-ho, all-guns-blazing procedure is not appropriate either. A balance must be struck that most people would agree was not struck in Operation Midland, and that should be a cause of great concern to all of us. It's a cause of concern that there should not be and must not be any negative implications for how such allegations are treated in the future. It's a cause of concern that the police do learn the lessons and investigate all such allegations in the future without fear or favour and go wherever their investigations take them. And it's a cause of concern that victims of such abuse are not dismissed out of hand and have confidence that allegations will be fully and properly investigated. It's a cause of concern that the public must feel that establishment figures will be fully investigated properly and transparently when such allegations are made against them in the future, the same way such allegations should be investigated against any ordinary person. And these are important points, given that more allegations of historical sex abuse emerge from the world of football as we speak. Child sex abuse is the dirty little secret that is slowly exposing itself more and more as more people find the courage to come forward. We need to treat such allegations with proper care and attention and investigate them correctly. We owe that to every single person who has lived through such horrific abuse. And it's important that no one is seen to be above the law, and no matter how historic the allegations are, they must be subject to full analysis. And when there is sufficient evidence to do so, those who are found to be guilty must be punished. Mistakes in Operation Midland should serve warning of the importance of getting this right for both alleged victims and alleged abusers. It should not and it must not be used as a barrier, a reason to automatically disbelieve future allegations. We need to get this right, and I hope the Minister today will reassure us that the Government is placing a strong emphasis on making sure that we get this right in the future. Thank you.